Welcome to day 2, and we are back here in the Diamond Head area up Garibaldi Park Road. We're at the middle parking ground right now. There's like a lower one, and the mission for today is to cycle up to a trail called Valley of the Grizzly, and then from there we're going to do Sudasuga 1, 2, and 3, which represents basically like a full top to bottom for this area. So I have a long road ride ahead, and after that then we'll explore some new trails to me and revisit a couple ones on the way down. So let's get at it, 'cause it's gonna be a long day. So obviously quite a transition here. We're off the road, we're actually at the top. A sincere thanks to a young gentleman named Keenan, who was kind enough to give me a lift up. I heard his mum and her friend chatting that it took them, they said 4 hours the last time, so the fact that I'm already here is absolutely amazing. As it turns out, here in Squamish, picking up people for shuttles is not common. I think that that's partially because, you know, the zones like Diamond Head and Alice Lake, for the most part, you know, the trail networks are really well organized. So you park at one spot, there are climb trails, and then the trail network sort of funnel back, you know, to either that parking lot or maybe a one a little bit lower in the case of Diamond Head. But that, I guess, has fostered a culture where shuttling is just not common, as confirmed by them. Not just my experience, which there were a few people who drove by looking at me with my thumb up and probably assuming that I was giving them an indication that the roadway was clear or something, but actually hoping for a shuttle up. So thank you to that young gentleman who knew what I was looking for. Yeah, so we are traversing across. We've cut off, or I should say I was dropped off right at the junction of the Garibaldi Park Road and this trail here. It looks like at some point it was probably a logging road. Seems to be about a vehicle's width. I'm not sure exactly how far we have to go, but it's so nice to be in the shade. It was getting really quite warm there for a while. Enjoy. That's the double back. Evidently we're looking for a wood carving of a grizzly bear. Well, I'm excited to see that. There's a nice, almost vegetal smell in the air. Very green. It's humid, but in the best of ways, since we're in the shade, there's a sense of coolness, which is really nice. How incredible is this thing? I absolutely love this type of stuff because it just goes to show the culture and community support around my mountain biking. I was even thinking it would be cool to come back and to make like some nice proper benches or some of those like Muskoka chairs or something. I don't know, I'm sure there's like a West Coast equivalent to the Muskoka chair, but anyways, we are here at the top of Meadow of the Grizzly, and I'm genuinely looking forward to it and a bit nervous. Of course, I've never ridden this trail before, so I'll be totally riding blind. However, I'm going to do my best to sort of ride it to the best of my abilities, but also get down safely. And of course, after this, we have Sudasuga 1, 2, and 3, and then a fairly good climb back up to the middle parking lot that I was at when I first checked in. So yeah, without further ado, let's go do it. All right, so I was just about to drop in and I saw this sign. I gave it a quick read and I thought I'd share it with you as well. So it reads Meadow of the Grizzly, and that would be the traditional Aboriginal spelling of that. On the other sign, it looks as though this was created in 2017, so it's approximately 6 years old at this point. But it says, Joyride Bike Parks put in a gargantuan effort to give all the contributors superb value for their sponsorship dollars, getting the trail open through extremely difficult terrain. As this is a new trail, it will take some time and moisture to pack in and reach maturity. There is planned work in the coming months as trouble spots are identified, and it will take a few iterations before we get the trail to a state that is 100% complete. This, along with the newest portion of the climb trail, are new important pieces of the recreation infrastructure in our trail network. The trail will speed you up and slow you down as the terrain allows. Get ready to use those brakes as you will be dropping a long way down. Corners are tight to control riders' speeds on the steeper sections, and it offers a different experience than other machine-built trails in Squamish. Starting at 925 meters, this trail undulates through steep forested slopes and in some cases had to be chiseled out of the side of the Round Mountain volcano, which I thought was pretty cool because evidently this is a old dormant volcano. Well, at least let's hope it's dormant. The last portion of the trail traverses a logging road through a new BCTS cut block before dropping down to the start of Sudasuga. Thank you so much to everyone who's been involved in this project. The trail should be considered a dark blue and is not for beginner riders. And I mean, how cool is that? I've never seen, whoa, falling over. I've never seen any kind of, signage like this at any other trail network, that acknowledges that it's, a project, it's an evolution, as a trail. Like, it's not just going to be 100% right off the bat. It's thanking people. It gives a little bit of, sort of history and geologic, reference with the mountain volcano and your altitude, or is altitude? The heights. So I just think it's like a really cool, hey, how are you? I just think it's, something like this is, it's a small gesture, but I think it goes a long way, not only to acknowledge and credit support where it, credit is due, but also for visitors like myself to the area. I'm sure all the locals were familiar with this being Round Mountain volcano, but I wasn't, and this is just kind of like a little small value-added thing that I think recreation and tourism committees should really take a look at, because if we all support mountain biking, especially from a recreation and tourism perspective, you can build an entire, town or city's identity around it, and gestures like this, I think, would really go a long way to, keeping people in the area and keeping those, recreation and tourism dollars in that area versus losing them, in this case, up the road to, say, Whistler. So, yeah, really cool to see. All right, now let's ride bikes. Oh, she's falling over. You. Just trying to take the inside line there, it didn't work. Some of these corners, you think you want to straighten them up, but then you can't. Oh, that was loose. Just going right down the fall line here. this is tight, tight and loose. Oh, I don't know what this is. Some sort of bridge thing. Oh, okay. Interesting. So there's a bridge behind us. There's something here. Is this the climb trail or something? Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, makes for an awkward turn. That's for sure. Loose. Loose and tight. Oh, there we go. Silly Colin. That's better. There we go. Hey, hello again. Hey, it's good. Yeah, just doing a bit of filming, hanging out in the woods.
Nice.
Yoo! Pre-jump. Yoo-hoo! Oh boy, that wasn't the best way to do that. I'd like to hit some of these turns with a bit more confidence. Oh, that hit my fingers. But not knowing where they lead on the other side. It's the downside to only having a finite amount of time to film. I'd love to be able to do like a pre-ride, but this is just all riding blind. Bit of a climb here. Oh, this is interesting. Whew! Didn't expect that. Oh my gosh, I saved it. That was incredible. Woo! Oh, these switchbacks are fire on the legs. Oh, that was not a good turn there, Colin. I'm trying to stay high on these berms, but what's happening is the berm flattens out towards the end of the corner, so you kind of have to square it up a bit. Oh, that's where this is. Okay. I saw this yesterday. That's a little sort of progression session. There we go. Now, what is this? I'm not sure. I'm gonna check my maps. Bear with me just a moment. All right, so according to this, Sudasuga's down here, which would mean that we would go down this road and then switch around and come back. But we're sitting right next to a trail. Now, if I drop a pin here, we can see further up, this is Lower Peanuts Wild Ride, which I think starts up here as well, isn't it? Yeah, but there's a cut-in to the end of Lower Peanuts Wild Ride and Recycle, which I know this is blue. So I have no idea what this is, but I'm gonna check it out. This might be famous last words, but yeah, I'm hoping that this is just a mellow little cut through. Oh, that's not rollable. Oh yeah, this is all right. Oh, jeez, big bump. And then Sudasuga, I think, should be around here. Yeah, here it is. I'm not even gonna wait. Heck yeah, brother. You. Oh, I remember you. Oh, gosh. Almost lost the front end again there. Little nose bonk. Whew, that was fun. Oh, there you have it. Sudasuga part 1. Now I'm gonna have a bit of a break. All right, so I had a nice little break there, put my feet up, and now we're about to drop into Sudasuga part 2. Again, I've ridden part 1 and part 2 before, and I should have actually done some more tripod shots on part 1 because part 2 I remember not being as good as part 1, so a bit more natural and raw. Let's see if my memory is correct. Ooh. Little nollie off there. Seems to have a bit better flow than part 1. I think this is just a run out to the road. Yep. You almost lost the plot there for a minute. It's fun. Sudasuga part 2. Do you know what? I'm gonna go on record. There are different sections. Part 1 had some nice double potentials, huge berms, quite wide. But maybe it's just because I'm not super familiar with the trail, but I found part 1, I was trying to catch a little pedal stroke here and there coming out of turns to get back up to speed. I think part 2 just flows a lot better. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. All right, let's drop into part 3 here. Now, I have not ridden part 3. This is all new to me, so I'm hoping it lives up to part 1 and 2. Woo. Nice big berm. Oh, jump into that was fun. Nose bonk, transfer over, jump. Yoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, this is good. Oh, I should have doubled that. Didn't see it until it was too late. Ooh, too fast. Whoa, that was interesting. I don't know which way to go. Caution, fresh trail work. Presumably straight. Okay. Oh my gosh, these berms are Olympic grade. Slow it down here for a second. What might not come through on camera super well is basically like a sheer drop on the other side of these berms. Trying to stay as high on them as I can to keep the momentum. Oh gosh, a little uphill here. Nice creek down below, beautiful. Drop a couple gears. Oh, sorry, GX. Whew. Case that a little bit, but that's all right. Got us where we needed to go. Oh man, I want to trust these corners. Whew. Front end pushing. Little manual through there. Oh boy. These berms just keep going. So that is it. That's the top to bottom here in the Diamond Head area. Would I do it again? Absolutely. However, I may look into a shuttle service next time because the road pedal is quite a bit. So maybe park down here and then take the shuttle to the top, end up right back at the vehicle. I think that would be a really good plan. For now though, let's start our way back up. I'm probably going to take the climb trail because it looks shorter and you know, keeps me off the road, out of the dust. And then next time you'll see me, we'll be back at camp. So see you then. So that is going to be a wrap for day 2. Quite tired. I mean, medium tired. Like 6.5 to 7 out of 10 tired. It was a long day. I didn't get all the shots that I would have liked. simply from like an energy conservation perspective. But it was a good day. I'm actually really glad that I went up, because while the whole idea was like a full top to bottom out here at the Diamond Head area, the Meadow of a Grizzly, it's pretty cool trail. I can't say that I loved all of the switchbacks on the way down. Whenever I see switchbacks like that, I kind of always feel like maybe there was like a missed opportunity to create, you know, something where there could have been like more technical steeps, or, you know, kind of like maybe not big jumps, but like you could, you know, opportunities for jumps and that sort of thing. And so yeah, it's yeah, that was my only criticism, I guess, would have just been the switchbacks at the end. Where the trail ends, super cool area. I kind of like that there's that little progression session type, you know, ladder bridge drop at the end. Even the rating, calling it a dark blue, there was like a shoot or two that, okay, sure, all right, fine. But otherwise, I would say it would fit fairly firmly in the blue category. Everything was rollable. There were no sort of surprise holes on the other side of routes, which, you know, I've seen elsewhere here on the mountain. And then classic Sudasuga. So the first section I just ripped right through. I was, you know, enjoying the flow. The second section, I strangely recalled it being, you know, not as good, more raw than the first. And I actually think that I enjoyed the second more than the first. Now, the third, very different. Again, lots of switchbacks at the end with like, I would kind of get like a little freaked out, because you're coming into these turns. It's super hard packed, like a clay-like berm, and then there's just all this like cornmeal in the bottom of the actual turn. And, you know, some of the berms, you know, were kind of had holes, and so you wanted to stay high, but then you're looking over and it was just a kind of a sheer drop really on the other side of it, so it kind of pushed you down. And anyways, yeah, that was I think the third section is the section where you'd want to, or not want to, but I think for myself, I would need to ride it, you know, 2-3 times before I could really feel comfortable. You know, once I knew kind of what was coming up, a lot of the corners and crests, you know, I didn't feel very confident carrying a ton of speed over, because I wasn't sure what was on the other side. If it was a, you know, super steep, technical, tight turn, or, you know, if you could just go full, you know, brakes off and shoot into the oblivion. So, yeah, I think some more time out here would have, you know, made me a bit more confident on that third section. But yeah, what a day. I'm just starting to feel comfortable on, you know, the popular blue trails out here, and it's really kind of whetting my appetite for what the black trails have to offer. And don't get me wrong, when I say I'm feeling comfortable on the blue trails, that doesn't mean that I'm smashing them to the best of their ability. Like, at best, you know, I'm riding these trails at like 7 out of 10. And there's so much more potential to be had just riding the blue, but it's starting to give me the confidence to go explore some of the more technical trails. Last year I did have a crash on Angry M, or maybe it was Ditch Pig, one of the two. And, you know, and that's fine. You know, might, you know, kind of take a wander up that way and seek some redemption, maybe walk that section. And of course I did ride like the pro line over in the Alice Lake Zone on In-N-Out Burger. You know, that's a trail that again, there's some opportunities for redemption, because once I rode that steep slab, which is really, that was my goal out of that day, then I wasn't really too interested in riding, you know, all the other features on that trail, and I would like to go back. Oh, excuse me. Whew. I apologize. It's catching up to me now. I think it's only maybe about 7 o'clock in the evening.
and the sun's still, well, it's behind clouds right now, and I'm actually appreciative of the clouds, which I know these clouds will turn to rain, but I think I'm going to call it an early night, just go lay down, maybe do some reading, maybe do some editing, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 3 on the road to CRANKWORX. Hopefully, get a little bit of riding in. If not, we'll go from there. So, you take care. Thank you very much for watching. I always greatly do appreciate it. If you've enjoyed the efforts that have gone into making these videos, like setting up tripod shots, which requires multiple pushing the bike up the hill and a huge amount of time and effort, please consider giving a like button. And if you aren't already subscribed, please consider doing so, because I really would like to do better and better videos. And I know in the future that will require a second GoPro, and you know, there's a huge cost associated with that. It took me a year just to buy the first GoPro. This has been a very expensive year. So yeah, please consider subscribing. I would really do appreciate that. And you know, more content for you in the future. So meanwhile, thank you very much. You take care. Bye for now.